Welcome everybody again to this session. This is going to be the fourth seminar in this course, and we are going to be continuing from where we ended the last session. The last session, you can remember that this was our raw data, so we kept this as a reserve. Then this was the data that we have been able to transform. So from this ugly looking page, we have been able to move to something that looks nice like this. And then we moved into pivot table. So today we will continue again from on the pivot table and see how much we can achieve. So before we move on, I want us to know that you can see that as we are working now, the page is not so much. What we can do is that we can increase the surface on which we are working. So you can just come to this place, you can see my arrow here, just click on it, you can see full screen mode, show tabs only, always show ribbon. So let's go to full screen mode. You can see now that we have a full screen mode. So we have a full screen mode. Now the question is, if I want to do something like probably I want to edit my chart or something, how should I access the tabs again? It is simple. Just come here, these three dots. I'm coming. You can see these three dots. Click on the three dots, and then we are back. But the issue here is that anything you want to do here, you can click on this tab, you can click here, you can click here, you can do anything. But immediately we click here, it is gone. So if we want to make it stay again, this is what we can do. So here now, if I come back here again and click here, you can see full screen mode, show tabs only. So I can, if I want it to stay, I can just say always show ribbon. If I click on it, you can see now it has stayed. Another one I can do is to use show tabs only. So if I click on this, you can see now it's showing the tabs. It is also showing my quick access toolbar, and at the same time, we are having enough space. So I think I will stay with this for now. Now you can see that these were the slicers that we created in the last session. So I want to delete them. So what do? Click on it. I will right click, and then you see remove Monday. So I have removed it. The same thing goes for this. I have removed this. So we have been able to work on this, if you remember, and this is sum and co. And I said that you can change all of this. So if I click on this now, you can see I double click. I can change it. So I will say month. So and then this one too, I explained it that day. I can say okay, sum of addend. So let's remove this 3 and then press OK. Now let us go a step further and let's see what I mean. This is the sum showing the total for each month, and we have grand total here showing the overall total for the year. So now what can I do here is that I can add more value. So for example, for this addend, we are still working on addend insurance. So let's carry this. Let's put it here again. You see down, we have another column for addend. I will carry another one again. Third column for addend. we are still working with Aden. So another one, we are still working with Aden. Another one, very good. Some of us will be looking like, what are we doing? You understand now. So this one is showing the sum, but I want to have a column that will tell us the maximum for the month. So how do we do that? So for all of this here, the default calculation is the sum, because that is the most common calculation that we do. But we can choose other calculations. So if I click on this column header, I right click, you can see here, it says refresh, sort, remove values, summarize by. So this summarize by, and then we have show value as. These two are very important. So let us start with summarize by. So you see that sum is already checked. Why? Because that is the default. Now I want to go for max. So max, you can see now. So it means that for the month of January, the day with the maximum clients were at 18. For the month of February, the day we had the maximum clients was 16. So we want to also see that, okay, throughout the whole month, what was the minimum we had for a particular day in those months for this particular insurance company? So I can also come here and summarize by this one minimum. You can see 1. In fact, we discovered from here that there were some days, like in April, there were some days in April that we didn't have any client for this particular insurance company. You can see now, in October, there was no client. In November, there was a day, there were days without clients. So from here now, you can see that, oh, there are some days that we didn't have any client from this particular insurance company. Now, let's look at the average. So let's click here, click show value as, summarize by average. So you can see now, this is the average for each month. So when we look at the amount of the number of clients we are seeing in that particular month, for the different days, what is the average we are seeing per day? And if you look carefully, you can see that the average is, you can see this is 5, 5.8, 5.3, 5.4, 6. You can see that the average is between 5 and 6. It is only this 7.9 that stands like an outlier. Good. But if you look at this column, it's not standing right. You can see. So what do? We format it. So we click on the column header again, we right click, then you can see format cell. You know, I spoke about this in the last session, so we are going to be applying it now. So format cell. So click on it. You see, it has taken us to this our popular page. So we go to number. You click on number. So you see 2 decimal places. I am okay with 2 decimal places. If we want to use 1000 separator, so we can click on it, 1000 separator, then we click on OK. So that is up. This should have changed. So let's try it again. Format cell. So let's remove the 1000 separator. Probably is the one causing us issue. Put it there. Then Excel has refused to work. So let's highlight the whole cell, the whole column, and see. So format. Oh, what I'm going to do is let's do this. So let's go straight to this format cell. Let's go straight to number format. So number format under it. Let's go straight to it. number format, then click on number. So 2, and then click this. Good. Now it has worked. So this is the average. So we can change this to daily average. So daily average of ADEM 3. So ADEM, our insurance company is ADEM. So let's change it. It's ADEM. So let's say daily max. So that we can know that, okay, this is the maximum we add in the maximum client for any day in that month. So this one too, so we can do this for all of the columns. Now, so we have done the sum, which is the total. So let's change this to total. So you can do that by yourself so that it won't take so much time. So you can do total. We have done daily maximum, minimum of the day, average. You can see our average. So based on this now, you can see that, oh, the average number of patients we are seeing for this particular insurance company is around 6 per day. You understand? Around 6 per day. Even though we know from here that there are even some days where we don't see patients, we don't see clients at all. And we also know here that there are some days that we could see as high as 18. Even though the average is 6, we can still have as much as 18, 16, even 21 patients or clients for a particular day in the month. And there are some days that we may not even see. So this is what we have been able to generate from this table. Now, this is assuming we want to know that, okay, this is the whole year. Can we know how they relate to one another, the months? So we can say, okay, this one, for this particular place, some show value as percentage. So percentage of grand total. So if I click on percentage of grand total, I click on it, and then you can see that January carries 7.4% of the whole year. And then we have this month, October, it carries 10.8% for the whole year. So these are the things we can do in the pivot table. So now, assuming our boss said that, okay, can you help me arrange this particular this sum? We want to know, we want it to be arranged based on the month with the highest number of clients, and then the other ones will follow. How can we go about that? So let's click here. So at this, if you click here now, if you click here, so if I right click, you can see there is no option for sort because everything here deals with the whole column. But if I click inside, you can see click inside the first cell. I think you see that if I right click, you can see now sort. You can see sort. So sort smallest to largest, that is ascending. If you click on this, we are going to have, you can see now, we have the smallest. The smallest month was April, 162 clients. So from smallest to largest. But if our boss said they want to see from the highest to the lowest, so you just click on it, sort largest to smallest. So you click on it, you can see now that the month of October was the month with the highest number of clients from a particular insurance company. And it goes on and on like that for every other aspect. So assuming our boss want to know for the average, that okay, it is the average they want to know, you can go for the average, do the same thing for the average, and so on and so forth. So at this point, we have been able to demonstrate that we can create table in different ways in our pivot table. Now, the next thing is that, okay, assuming I want to create another pivot table, what should I do? There are two options. The first option is that I can just look at this particular sheet. I can duplicate this sheet. If I duplicate this sheet, the second sheet will also have pivot table. I will just work with it. So let's try that. So I click here and I say, it doesn't show duplicate, so we can copy. So I will click on move for copy. So create a copy. So I'm creating a copy. And then I'm clicking OK. So you can see here we have pivot table 2. So we have pivot tables, then we have pivot table 2. So if I click on this, so this is our fourth pivot table, and then this is our second pivot table that we have been able to duplicate or copy. So I will carry that one and drag it to the outside, yes. So at this point now, the point is that we want to create a new table. So how do we dismantle this table? It is simple. So there are two options. You can come to this particular field. When you come to this field, you can just uncheck. You can see. You can uncheck each of these. So if you uncheck this, then it's going to be removed. So let me uncheck it. You can see now that everything from that place is blank. So, but I will check it again. So if I check it again, only one are shown. So I can remove it from here. So if I click on this place and I come out, you see it is gone. I click on here, I carry it out, you see it's gone. So it's giving me this issue because we copy from the previous one. So let's go down and remove this. It's still showing the same error. And that is why I personally, I don't like this method. Why? Because it can cause this kind of issue. So I will now go to the second method. So I will delete this table. Delete. Now I will go to the second method. So what I was trying to practice there, let us practice it here now. So I'm coming. So if I want to create another table, another pivot table, what should you do? What I will do is that I will copy, I will highlight this one like this. When I highlight it like this, I will just click on copy. You can see I have copied it. Come down and click on any empty cell here. You click on here or you click on here. Let's click here and then you say paste. So paste. You can see now that we now have another pivot table here. So you can see if I click on it, you have this, if I click on that, I click on it. So this one now, if I want to remove everything, I can just come here, remove, and remove. So now we have our pivot table here, and you can see that the first one is still there. So this is the best method I prefer. Any pivot table you want to create everything inside one page. But before we forward, let me show us another thing. Very, very important. Look at this field here. If I click here, it disappears, isn't it? If I click on this pivot table, this field is for this pivot table. If I click on this one, you can see now this field is for this one, not for this. If I do anything here, it will show here. So let's see. If I carry my date, carry date to rows, you can see it's not showing here. So I'm removing it, remove it, good. Now, if I click on this one here, you can see it is for this one. If I click on this place, it has disappeared. However, take note of something. If I click on this cancel or close here, if I close, you see now it has gone. If I come back here, it's not showing. I come here, it's not showing. I come here, it's not showing. How do we solve this problem? To do that, just come up here to pivot table analyze. Pivot table analyze. So click on it. And when you click on it, come to the corner here, you can see field list. So click on the field list and then we are back. So we are back to our pivot table fields. So if I click here now, it has gone. I click here, it is back. I click here, it is back. Here, back, and so on and so forth. So this is very, very important. Now, I can copy the content of this table to another sheet. So let me say I have opened another sheet. It is here. So let me copy this. And then copy. I come to the other page. And I don't just press Ctrl V. What I do is that I also click and paste. You can see that this paste here is pasting automatically. But look at value V. When you paste as value, click on it, we paste as value. When you paste as value, when I click here, you see that pivot table field is not showing. So what does this mean? It means that we can use our pivot table to gather our insights and then copy every information inside that pivot table and take it to another sheet where we are going to be pasting it as a normal table. You can see that this one now is like a normal table. So I can just come here and then you can see that everything here is standing well. So I can format it in the table, Ctrl T, and then my table outsider, you can see now. So we have been able to use the pivot table here to extract the monthly information for the whole year for the Aden insurance. You understand now? So that is very, very important. Now, but if I come here and I click and I copy like this, Ctrl C, and I come here and I paste. So I click this first option. If I paste by this first option, you can see that it is showing the pivot feed. It is showing the pivot feed. Now, the question here is this. What is the difference between this table here and this table here? Is that this table here is connected to the pivot table. So which means that if I add, you remember what we did in the last session, that if we add more data to this table, by the time we refresh our pivot table, you know how to refresh? Pivot table analyze, you refresh here. By the time we refresh our pivot table, this table will automatically update. You understand now? That is why I said we can use this to do real-time analysis of our data. But when you come here, this particular table here will never do that. We have just copied and pasted the values, and it will not automate. It will not update. But this one here will update, and we can even work on this to change it. Good. So I'm going to delete this. So let's delete it, or let's hide. Let's see. We should be able to delete it. It's okay. There is no option to delete it. We'll look at that one later. Let's look at the pivot table analyze. That should be, let's look at it together and see where we should be able to delete it. So this is clear. So let's play on clear all. Clear pivot table. So it's still not clearing. So what is the way out? The way out is to go back to the method I showed us the other time. You remember the method? The method is remove everything one by one. And that is it. So that is all. Good. So we are back again to our pivot table. Now let's look at another insight. So this one is not showing our feed. We go back to pivot table analyze, and we add the feed list. So let's go for, what should we check again? Let's compare female and male. So let's take male to our rows. So this will be the value. So we carry these two to values. And then we look for months. We only want months. So we don't want this. We remove this. Then we want months alone. So what can you see from this table? You can see that for this table, for the month of January, this is the number of female clients, the number of male clients. February, number of female clients, the number of male clients. And this is the total number of female and the total number of male for the year. So if we want to know that, okay, who are the people that are coming to our facility based on their sex or their gender, rather. So this is where we are going to be stopping today. Then